Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So inshallah we're moving on. We're doing mudaf ilayh and a mudaf ilayh in a sentence, but we want to analyze one aspect. When the mudaf and mudaf ilayh form to become the maf'ul mutlaq, the structure is quite easy, the translation is a bit different. Okay, so for example here we have this sentence, يدعو عباد الرحمن الله دعاء المسكين. What do we have here? يدعو عباد الرحمن الله دعاء المسكين. What's the tarkib of this? The tarkib of it? يدعو is going to be فعل. And then عباد الرحمن? عباد الرحمن is a فاعل. الله مفعول به. And دعاء المسكين مفعول به ثاني. Why is مفعول به ثاني?
It's not.
What's دعاء? دعاء يدعو. What is it? مفعول مطلق. Because the masdar. So you say here, this is a masdar. Which masdar is it of? The same verb. So it must be مفعول مطلق. Yes, you got a mistake?
Yeah.
Yeah, مفعول مطلق. Okay. Now we've got مفعول مطلق. What's the structure of the مفعول مطلق? مضاف مضاف إليه. So دعاء is مضاف. المسكين becomes مضاف إليه. Now we've got the structure in place. Yes? But how do we translate this? When we have a مضاف إليه as a مفعول مطلق, the مفعول مطلق has another purpose. So it's not for emphasis, like when it's on its own. Remember, for example, da'a du'a'an, salla salatan. It is emphasis, yes? When the maf'ul mutlaq comes on its own, what is it for? Emphasis. Yes, remember that one? Then we had a few scenarios in under man'ut na'at, the maf'ul mutlaq as a na'at. Then it creates, it describes it. Yad'u kathira, they make lots of du'a. A tawil and long prayers. Yes? When it's a mudaf ilayh, the object, what's the purpose? The purpose is what? To compare the action of with the action of. You never maf'ul mutlaq in a mudaf ilayh form. The purpose is to compare the fa'il's action with the mudaf ilayh of the maf'ul mutlaq's action. So we are saying that the ibadur rahman make dua. We're comparing their dua to the dua of a miskin. Who's a miskin? A poor person, a pauper. So we're saying that when we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when a person is really poor and needy, they're kind of begging, they plea, they're begging. Yes? So by making this maf'ul mutlaq as a mudaf ilayh structure, we are describing or comparing the fa'il, the fa'il of the fa'il with the fa'il of the mudaf ilayh. So the translation will be, how we translate this? The fa'il first. The servants of Ar-Rahman, the merciful. What's da'a? Ask, beseech, pray to Allah. Okay? How? We want an action. How? We say here, we translate this now, like a beggar. Why is it like? Because we're saying here, we're translating the action of the fa'il, the servants praying to the mudaf ilayh's praying. Okay? So we say here, the servants of the merciful ask Allah like a poor person. That makes sense? Tarkib is very simple. There's no new structure in tarkib. It's mudaf ilayh, and the mudaf ilayh and the maf'ul mutlaq. So the structure is nothing that we have to worry about. It's just simple. when the mudaf is a masdar of which verb? Of the main verb. Of the main verb. Then it becomes maf'ul mutlaq. The issue is the focus on how to translate. Let's do a few more examples. قام أبو بكر قام أبو بكر قيام نبي. What's the tarkib of this? You start doing it. قام is a fa'il. Who is the fa'il? Abu Bakr. Fa'il. What's the structure made up of? مضاف مضاف إليه. And what's قيام نبي become? قيام is a masdar. قام يقوم قياما. It's a masdar of the main verb. So it becomes what? مفعول مطلق. And the مفعول مطلق is made up of what? مضاف and مضاف إليه. Now when you have a مضاف مضاف إليه مفعول مطلق, how do you translate? How do you do this? You translate it as a comparison. What are we doing? We are comparing the qama, comparing. See here, we're comparing Abu Bakr standing with the standing of the mudaf ilay, meaning of a nabi. Standing here doesn't mean stand as in or sit down or stand up. Standing means take an active role or taking a responsibility or taking something on. Do you understand? So we say here, قام أبو بكر قيام نبي. How would we translate this now? Yeah, you can nosebleed. You can go ahead, G. Go ahead, G.
Abu Bakr stood up.
So it's Abu Bakr رضي الله تعالى عنه. You say here, Abu Bakr رضي الله عنه. You can say here, Abu Bakr. You can say here, stood up. Or you can say here, took responsibility. All of these transitions you get used to when you get a bit more familiar with the Arabic language. Stood up or took responsibility. How? Like a prophet. Meaning after the Prophet ﷺ passed away, there was big issues in the Muslim Ummah. So he stood up and he took responsibility. How did he take responsibility? Like a Nabi. So the mudaf ilay maf'ul mutlaq describes or compares the action of the fa'il to the action of the mudaf ilay of the maf'ul mutlaq. Everybody following me? Another example. Adala umaru adla nabiyyin. Translation? Tarkib? Adala fa'il. Umaru becomes? Fa'il. Okay? And then adla nabiyyin? مفعول مطلق. Now what's this made up of? مضاف إليه. Translation? سيدنا عمر رضي الله عنه. عدل يعدل, to be just. So Umar رضي الله عنه
Was just.
Yeah. If you say, I would say fair. If you say just, I might think, oh, exactly like a prophet. I said just, I mean fair. Was just or fair? If I said just like a prophet, you might think he's just exactly like a prophet. So I don't mean that. I mean fair. He was fair and equal. And yes, he was just or fair. Like a prophet. What are we doing here? We are comparing the mudaf ilay's action of justice to the fa'il's action of justice. Obviously not exactly the same. You can't be exactly the same, but it's a comparison similar to or try to emulate. Does everybody understand what's happening here? Let's try another example. G. Go ahead, read it.
شرب العطشان شرب إبل.
شرب إبل. شرب العطشان شرب إبل. شرب is فعل. العطشان فاعل. And شرب إبل مفعول مطلق. This is what مفعول مطلق. Yes? Now, the شرب إبل is what? Mudafun, mudafun ilayh. Yes? How do you translate it? Adshan means
thirsty.
thirsty person. So we say here, the thirsty person, what?
Drunk.
Drunk. How did he drink? Ibil?
I don't know.
أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت؟ Camel. So the thirsty person drank
Like a camel.
like a camel. Like a camel. You following? أكل الولد الجائع أكل بقرة. تركيب.
أكل فعل.
أكل فعل. الولد الجائع
فاعل.
فاعل made up of what? Okay, let's do an أكل بقرة.
مفعول مطلق.
مفعول مطلق. الولد الجائع.
منعوت نعت.
This is what? منعوت نعت. أن أكل بكرة
مضاف مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه. And translation?
The hungry boy.
The hungry boy. And if you're hungry and you're angry, what do you become? Hungry. No? The hungry, I'm going to say. Hungry. He was hungry and hungry. Yeah? The hungry boy, yeah. Ate, huh?
Like a cow.
Like a cow. It's a bit insulting, but I'm trying to explain to you how it's used. Okay? Yes? Okay? I'm just going to give you a lot of examples because this is quite. So again, صبر فاعل, المرأة فاعل, صبر يعقوب, مفعول مطلق. And this is مضاف مضاف إليه. So because the مفعول مطلق is made up of مضاف مضاف إليه, we are comparing the action of the مضاف إليه and the action of the fa'il. So we say here, the lady was patient like
Yaqub.
the Prophet Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. You can't be patient like him, but it's a similarity, a comparison just to give an idea of how patient she was. Okay? And it's one final note before we go, that many times when you have a masdar as a mudaf mudaf ilay, you can bring it as fi'la. You can change the pattern of the masdar to fi'la. So for example, jalasa yajlisu, when you do it in sarf, the masdar is julusan. But what you can do is you can change julus to jilsa. You can change it to fi'la pattern. So for example, jalasa al-waladu jilsata qari'in. So what we have the word jalasa, we bring it on the pattern of fi'latun. Fi'la jilsa. So the boy sat jilsata qari'in, mudaf mudaf ilay is a description. So the boy sat like a qari, reciter, however they sit, have the only way of sitting. Yes? So the boy sat like a qari. Okay? Do you understand? So before we finish off, let's summarize the uses of maf'ul mutlaq we've done so far. So if you look at it here, we have here maf'ulun mutlaq on its own with a nat or with idafa. If it comes on its own, for example, with an example was دمر الله القرية تدميرا or أكل أكلا. Really, it is emphasis. So what does this do? It creates. If it comes on its own, it's only for what? Emphasis. If it comes with a not, it's for description. And if it's for idafa, it becomes what? Comparison. So the maf'ul mutlaq can come on its own. That will create emphasis. It can come as a man'ut nat or a nat on its own without the man'ut, like kathiran. It will describe the verb without emphasis, but it's more description. And because of mudaf mudaf ilay, it can show what? Comparison of two people's actions. Okay? Subhanallah bihamdi subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.